There was once a world where Mario, a mere assembly of colored pixels on a rudimentary screen, valiantly strives to rescue his sweetheart from the clutches of the colossal ape, Donkey Kong. Little did anyone know, this was just the prelude to Mario's rise as the iconic face of Nintendo in the vibrant era of the 1990s. Today, we delve into the fascinating history of Super Mario, the iconic figure whose humble beginnings can be traced back to the pixelated landscapes of 1981. In order to figure out where this gaming phenomena came from, we must go back to 1889, when Fusajiro Yamauchi established Nintendo Kappei. The Hanafuda, classic Japanese playing cards associated with gambling, were the company's bread and butter at first. What makes Nintendo so intriguing is that it basically means Luck Heaven Hall, a location where the gods would decide who would be lucky. Hiroshi Yamauchi, grandson of the founder, had the goal of expanding Nintendo's business beyond Hanafuda, which the company still heavily relies on. From instant rice packets to love hotels, Hiroshi's intrepid journey spanned the middle of the 20th century. Amidst all of this, in the late 1960s, he stumbled onto a new frontier, the Japanese market for electronic toys. But Hiroshi was captivated by Atari's meteoric rise to prominence in the 1970s, and Nintendo entered the video game industry as a result. The color TV game home console, introduced in 1977 in Japan, was preloaded with multiple iterations of Nintendo's spin on the famous Game Pong. The 3-year total of 3 million units sold was respectable, but Hiroshi Yamauchi wanted more. He set his sights on the US with an eye on the growing video arcade business. The venture, marked by the production of 3,000 radar scope cabinets, encountered an unexpected challenge. The American arcade scene found the game too reminiscent of Space Invaders, coupled with irritating beeps and noises emanating from the cabinets. Nearly 2,000 unsold machines painted a bleak picture for Nintendo in North America, seemingly a game over moment. Little did the world know that this setback was merely a stepping stone. In the early 1980s, Nintendo faced a critical juncture after the less-than-stellar performance of Radar Scope, a game that failed to resonate with American audiences. In the face of adversity, Hiroshi Yamauchi, president of the company, sought inspiration from artist and visionary product creator Shigeru Miyamoto. At the age of 28, Miyamoto was not your typical computer programmer. Instead of getting caught up in technical details, he dove into the storyline, trying to find a hook that would appeal to the American gaming market. Miyamoto drew inspiration from the legendary Popeye to create a story about a brave carpenter named Jumpman who must save his fiancée Pauline from the jaws of a gigantic gorilla called Donkey Kong. Just before Donkey Kong came out in 1981, Nintendo of America was in a bit of a financial jam, renting space from Mario Segale, who was more angry about unpaid rent. Some serendipitous events happened during this heated exchange. Arakawa, the firm president, and his crew started calling their work in progress Mario as a joke, an unplanned decision that would alter the trajectory of gaming history. Nintendo wasn't one to sit on its laurels after Donkey Kong achieved such phenomenal popularity. A short time later, in Donkey Kong Jr., the developers returned to their titular character to continue the story of the son's quest to free his father from Mario's control. Surprisingly, making Mario the bad guy didn't hurt the game's success. On the contrary, it further demonstrated Nintendo's dominance in the gaming industry. New York City plumbers, Mario and Luigi were the stars of the 1983 arcade hit Mario Bros., in which players battled hordes of monsters that had sprung up from the city's sewers. In doing so, Mario went from being a pixelated carpenter to a much-loved gaming hero, and his legacy lives on to this day. In an insightful interview with NPR in 2015, Shigeru Miyamoto discussed the game's immense success and how it taps into common human experiences. As Miyamoto pointed out, everyone shares a universal dread of falling and an innate desire to flee or leap over obstacles. It was the combination of the experience's relative ease of use and the player's ability to see their character's reactions on the screen that made them so popular. Despite always playing the role of the clear good guy, Mario has experienced some fascinating changes throughout the years. The turning point was 1985, when Super Mario Bros. Was released, signaling his shift to popularity on home consoles. In order to take Mario's adventures beyond the confines of a single screen, the developers included Mushroom Kingdom artifacts that might change his size and skills. According to Stephen L. Kent's book, The Ultimate History of Video Games, Vol. 1, 2010, Mario is rightfully called the elder statesman of the gaming industry, showcasing the revolutionary transition from small, limited worlds to expansive, colorful ones. In 2007, the 42 new galaxies and more than 200 hidden stars in Super Mario Galaxy set a new record for the series. From elaborate beehives to futuristic space stations, the game's surroundings went beyond the conventional, making it one of the most diversified Mario games ever. Super Mario Galaxy amplified the adventure with novel power-ups like the Red Star and Ice Flower, giving Mario extra powers to traverse the world in a diverse way. Super Mario Galaxy's unique motion controls were the icing on the cake that made it stand out as a Wii title. Players enjoyed a less intrusive and more immersive experience because of the game's flawless integration of motion controls. The Wii Remote added a new dimension to the gameplay by allowing players to do more than just point and collect star bits. They could also shake the controller to perform a spin attack. Super Mario Odyssey then continued the series' successful formula with improved mechanics and a massive area. An unprecedented 880 moons must be collected across 12 worlds in this Mario adventure, making it the largest Mario adventure to date. Everything from jungles teeming with T-Rexes to thriving metropolises full of real people is introduced in the game, with the ability to personalize Mario with various outfits. Super Mario Odyssey would not have been the same without Cappy, a sentient cap that mimics Mario's and adds more mobility choices. Now that Mario can toss Cappy to do a hat jump, he can go farther without touching the ground. This dynamic feature, like the legendary F, L, U, D, D from previous games, adds a level of skill expression and effectiveness. From its legendary inception to the smash success of its most recent entry, Mario's 3D games have never stopped innovating and defining the platforming genre. Mario keeps on inventing and paving the road for new games in the series, just like he has from the beginning. While the Mario universe has grown to include a wide variety of characters, the common thread connecting all of them is their relationship to Mario. All of the characters, Luigi, Princess Peach, Yoshi, Donkey Kong, Bowser, and Wario, find their purpose in life in relation to the legendary plumber. The music and sound effects in Mario have been just as influential as the game's visuals. Since Super Mario Bros. Its 1985 debut, Koji Kondo's iconic music and movement effects have followed Mario on his adventures. Specifically, the coin drop sound has become instantly recognizable and adds to Mario's enduring appeal. The addition of goofy catchphrases like "Let's-a go" by U.S. voice actor Charles Martinet has further enhanced the character. The music, with its memorable themes and universal appeal, has become an inseparable aspect of Mario's heritage, captivating players of all ages. Musician Galen Woltkamp Moon says that one of the most memorable parts of playing Mario is the music, which, despite its simplicity, captivates the audience with its dynamic shifts. However, bringing a popular video game character to the big screen has always been a daring undertaking. Despite its brilliant cast and high-end special effects, the 1993 live-action Super Mario Bros. Film fell as a clumsy disappointment. Super Mario himself, Bob Hoskins, called it the worst thing I ever did in an interview he gave to The Guardian in 2007. And yet, the 2023 film starring Chris Pratt and Anya Taylor-Joy was a roaring success at the box office and in the minds of the fans. So clearly, this franchise still has something about it that just gives it the ability to be perpetually popular. From his days as Jumpman in Donkey Kong, this character has come a long way. Mario, from his early side-scrolling adventures to his revolutionary 3D games, has been a cherished figure and a representation of the development and progress of the video game industry for the last 40 years. So why do you think this franchise has retained its popularity? What makes it special for you? Let me know in the comments, and as always, don't forget to subscribe.